Welcome to our YouTube channel. Please start with me. My name is Ivan Chalo. So please love it, like it, subscribe it, and recommend. Today we are going to talk about the Unification Principle. And what is the Unification Principle? And why the reason of studying the Unification Principle is to solve all the problems in the real world. View about God. Most of people don't know about God. They know God is self-existence and is all powerful, everything is possible, and that is all. But is that all who is God? Such a great being of the entire cosmos. So view about God, life, marriage, world, universe. So we look about it to solve the problems in the real world, like the problem of family breakdown, divorce, affairs, teenager, prostitution, AIDS, and education. Religion, ideological conflict. Why is there a lot of ideological conflict? We see that even in Buddhism there is sect. We see in Christianity there is sect. But when it comes to Christianity, these are the children of the same father, pointing daggers toward each other. Everybody want to prove that is the true one. So the unification principle is the reason why we should study it, and people out there to come and flock and study the unification principle to help solve these problems that everybody is asking. Why is there again conflict within Christianity? Yet all of them, they carry the Bible and they believe in Jesus Christ, but they entangled into conflict. So problem concerning the spirit world. Is there life after death? When we talk about the spirit world, there is life after death. Life continues. Life doesn't stop with our physical body, but we have a spirit and a body. So in this life on earth, we are in this body. This body is preparing our spirit for the eternal world. So there is a life after death, and there is a world that where our soul will bind for eternity. So that's the reason we need it. Addresses the problem of the spirit world, and it addresses in a detailed way, and give us a detailed information about the spirit world, existence and relationship, the fundamental issues in philosophy. So it addresses all of that to establish the true values. Values, how to view right or wrong, good, evil, true, false. So if values are different, thoughts, judgment, standpoint, decision are equals to action, lifestyle will differ. So examples, we can give example of North and South Korea. The values are different, but these are the same people, but they have different values. So to realize a united peaceful world, people desire freedom, equality, peace, unity, and happiness. But where does the united peace world start from? A united world, it will start from me. A world, a family, individual, family, world, and from me. So to realize peace through building a true family. If we want peace, we have to build a true family. Because the peace we want to realize is within this world, and humanity is the number one stabilizer of peace. So through building true families, from a family we go to a society, from society to a world, and from a world to entire cosmos. So to know a true me, a true person equals a true God's child, and a false person equals to a Satan's child. So the reason we cannot solve the problems we have is we try to solve problems while denying the existence of the Creator. Even though we may believe in God, we put Him aside and try to solve problems centering on our own thinking most of the times. After things have refused is when we go and kneel down and start praying. But most of the time, a fallen man tries to think too much, to drill his brain that he can crack the problem he's having. Then when it refuses, later when he remembers God. So even though we believe in God, but we don't run to Him. As in my first video I had made that the origin and the center of everything is God. Because our life did not begin with us. It's the one who started. It will be natural easy. Every problem we land into go and consult from the origin. Because we didn't put ourselves on this in this world. It was God the origin of our life. So it is natural to consult from him. So even though we may believe in God, but we put him aside and try to solve problems centering on our own thinking. People don't want to affirm that they are fallen people. So that becomes more reason not to solve. If you don't accept the problem you have, how are you going to solve it? Because you are not confirming that it do exist. But if you affirm that the problem do exist, and then you will start commence on a journey to start working upon that problem. But if you don't recognize it, it becomes very hard to solve that problem. So it is very to understand what kind of being am I. The starting point of all problem and the starting point of solution to all problem is me. Is me. So it is better to understand the state where we are in and affirm that we are fallen people. So the principle helps us to go through to understand the problems of religion and science, philosophies, to prove God, the origin of the universe, religion to teach the lifestyle to attain God. Religion, there is no need for religion in the original world. Fallen man, only people who fail are the one who need the religion. But initially, if Adam and Eve had not fallen in the Garden of Eden, there would be no religion. What is the state of religion today? Religion today is unable to fulfill their responsibility. Stress on the next world, living in material reality, incomplete doctrines. Doctrines of different religions have caused the more unsettled questions and have brought more confusion to humanity. They are incomplete doctrines and they have been unable to solve the current problems of humanity. But instead, the humanity is asking a lot of questions, and these questions are not answered, hence making people even not trust in the religion like they used to put all their basis of life. Ignorance of God's will. In the Garden of Eden, after the fall, man lost his knowledge and wisdom, understanding about God. So he sank into ignorance. So he lost that heavenly fortune. That's why religion came in to reawaken our conscience, to reconnect us back to God, and try to understand the Creator. Christianity. It teaches about Christianity. Christianity has become the world religion by raising the ban of man's salvation. But it has lost the fundamental mission of religion. We need to overcome ignorance of the mind and teach about God's providence. Christianity is unable to fulfill its mission, fulfill the mission of a bride to receive the Messiah, to fulfill. So God is our Father, we are His Son, bride and bridegroom. So He's unable to explain the relationship between a father and a son. Eh? We intend to make God is high, and for us we are far away from Him. But our relationship with God, it is to be a father and a son cooperation, a father and a son relationship, not a servant. Because from the beginning, God created Adam and Eve as His sons and daughters, and He hoped that they would take over. That's why He said that you will have dominion over the universe, because He endowed them and made us to be co-creators. In that case, that He created us to be other God who could govern on His behalf the world. Adam and Eve was supposed to become the good substantial. Was supposed to become the God's substantial embodiment. But due to the fall of Adam and Eve, that did not come to pass. So the principle addresses all those problems. Lost ability to take action, become a tool of life, become a religion of rituals, and Christianity became a religion of rituals and institution. Lost the sense of the election concerning God's providence, become a tool of life regarding the realization of God's ideal. Lost the spirit of the early church, lost the fire of the religious reformation. Science. It is an object of research. Even though it faces obstacles, man life has become more convenient due to the development of science, but it has also suffered great damage due to ignoring human lives. The mission of the principle is to solve the problem of about existence, and relationship, the problem of family and the youth, racial discrimination, religious dispute, national borders, ADC, fundamental problems of the Bible denomination, which I've explained earlier, problem concerning the spirit world, life after death, democracy, establishing the true values, understanding the collective way to view God, because people view God in just two sentences, but God's nature is too broad to understand. As I say that without understanding the nature of God, there is no way the fundamental problem of humankind and the universe can be solved. Reveal the spirit world, the problems of life after death, clearly know the parents, the true parents, clearly, even clearly know about the restoration through the mente, clearly know man's portion of responsibility. Realize a united peaceful world. Teach clearly about God, teach clearly about true parents, know about the fallen man, know clearly about the restoration through the minute, and know man's portion of responsibility. There is a lot to the unification principle. So thank you for tuning on. After talking about the unification principle and its mission it has and what it can solve, we shall look at understanding the cause of the conflict of humanity having in the world. Thank you for tuning in.